And I think, my soapbox is that there's a reason for that, right? Games are a very complex system space that require a lot of stuff, but it's also a very safe space to play, right? But to your point, if you're testing something for robotics, doing that in a digital environment, in a game system is safe, whereas otherwise you have to build a robot and who knows what the robot will end up doing to your physical infrastructure when it's learning all this stuff, right? I think what's interesting now for sort of this arc of LLMs and generative AI around it is it's actually one of the times that I've seen a lot of machine learning and AI research and development go outside of games and not be done within games. Almost every use case we're really starting to see pop off has been much more consumer or enterprise. And actually the adoption into games has been relatively low. Being sat inside game studios in these innovation hubs and research centers, does that surprise you? Or are you, oh yeah, no, I never thought it would come from inside of games. How has that been for you?
That wasn't surprising to me too much. AI has had a lot of applications outside of games, but just not the kind of AI that we're seeing today. Businesses have been using automatic prediction of stuff for a long time. And anything that requires interacting with a human was going to be affected by AI. Now, creative processes as well, which are not limited to games, obviously. So yeah, that didn't surprise me. It's satisfying to see that some of all of this research is actually getting into games in a productive state, because I saw it a bit of the other way around, that game studios were very reluctant to use this sort of new technologies and new research into production. And I was there trying to make that happen, right? But it was hard because of the risk tolerance that these studios had. But now, since all of this technology is being validated, we're seeing much more adoption. And also, for example, for LLM technology, the investment is lower and the risk is lower as well, because everybody's using more off-the-shelf models and API calls to some established models. So yeah, it's interesting to see. Still, there's a lot of resistance for like bigger studios to use AI, and even smaller ones. There are a lot of challenges to really, really use it.
So I think that's a good segue to maybe hear out what you're actually building. I tried to give a mini preview, but probably hear it from the co-founder himself. Tell us about Latent Technology.